And first, congratulations to Stefan. It must be an exciting day for you. Can you share with us some of the exciting moments and what do you feel?
I think, to be honest, of course, we've been working on this for a long time. So there's this nice feeling, first of all, to be like almost relief, it's done officially. Even though we are providing designs and we are working together for a few months already. On actual projects. But the best for me was also to feel that the team is building, and I can feel the sharing this exciting moment together, even when it was tough, and I feel now the team is stronger, so this is a very nice, very satisfying emotion right now.
And tell us a little bit about the future plan, or maybe in the coming 1 year, what the studio will do and what you expect it can succeed.
Yeah, so for us, we have, for me there's two things. One, of course, is to provide everything needed, what Fan is asking, do the best we can on any kind of program you ask for. And there's also a smaller part, but which is important, I think, for the first year, is to make sure that the studio is still, people can still hear about it, is still visible. Maybe a year is maybe too long, I will see, but we are planning to, we will share with you ideas, but we were planning maybe to find ideas to promote a bit more the studio for the coming year. Maybe for the design week we create a little event.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a collaboration with a design school in Milano, that kind of thing. So that's going to be the plan for next year. And hiring more people also, of course.
And then they will also be working on GSA Moto projects. Using their special point of view or perspective or their flavor of certain aspects, try to help us to further elevate the creativity we apply on the GSA Moto cars, especially when we are meeting this challenge that how we're going to bring GSA Moto from the traditional petrol car, transform it into a new energy brand.
Yeah.
And I think that Stefan his team has a lot of good ideas, and they will be very helpful supporting us on that topic.
Can I say that the outcome maybe we can see in the coming 1 year, and some of the work of your team we can see from GAC Motors products?
I think when you do your best, and it's always positive, even if you're not picked, because I think it's helping people anyway. We are always inspiring each other. Sometimes you cannot even really spot why, but I think we got inspiration from projects that we see from Guangzhou, from the US. So the first thing that we need to grow this creative, knowledge, let's say, that's very important. And then if we do good, if we are lucky also, it's not only being good. I think sometimes you have more luck because your design fits more certain requirements or there's a change. So for me, it's just whatever we do, it will be, I hope, positive. And of course, if we can provide a good design and it goes to production, we'll be super happy. Of course, we'll be very proud. But I don't know. We cannot know. Only Fan will know.
I look forward to seeing it. Pontus, your team, I think it's almost 5 years earlier than Stefan's team in Milan, and you set up for almost 5 years. So could you please tell us, did it meet your expectation, or maybe surpass your expectation, or lower than your expectation, than what you imagined from the very beginning?
Thank you. I think the answer is yes and no, because, for instance, the latest car, the Hyper SSR, and the opening with now the Milano studio and Stefan and his team, that is way over what we expected. Because we started with one studio, within a year we followed with the Shanghai Advanced Studio, which was kind of expected. But if we look at when we started expectations and our job description, and then we hear maybe change a little bit and support Guangzhou headquarters so successful, even if we are in LA, that is way over expectations. Then there are things that we know this is a marathon, and we are fighting a lot of things that is not in our control, but we can continue bombarding, being positive, try to lead, and after a while it will be a good result for it. Both how we kind of interact with the other studios and studio members, but also how the executives look at our work, because they also need to get used to some things.
Yeah.
And in the same way, we are also learning more about the Chinese car cultures, even if it's always, changing. Fan always says it's like a high-speed train. You snooze, you miss something. So in both ways, some things I expected to be easier and go smoother because it makes all logic to me. But in the big picture, it's been a fantastic ride, and we are not over. We have only started, right?
Yeah, and for Zhang Fan, because you look over the two centers, I would like to know your opinion or comments about these two projects right now.
First of all, I feel very happy, very privileged as well, being able to now sitting with those two wonderful gentlemen, both very renowned in our car design industry and also very famous, has kind of a very lot of stories in the past that are inspiring to the late generations. And I feel very lucky being able to invite him on board to lead these two advanced studios. Back to 5 years ago, there was kind of a tryout with LA Studio.
Yeah.
A lot of things we didn't know. Everything we were doing was for the first time. So I feel we are very lucky being able to invite Pontus on board. Together we went through a lot of kind of turbulence, up and downs. But in general, like you said, the things we have achieved was very, very good. A lot of them have already surpassed our original expectation. And I think being as an advanced studio, the amount of the work have been coming out of your studio, actually, it's very, very valuable compared to how we kind of built up the studio, the effort we have spent. And because we had this success and we are having it continuously, so at a certain point, I think it's also necessary to open up another pillar that could together to support even a stronger development of GSE self-brand development.
Yeah.
Because we are facing more and more severe competition in China, and we also have this this core going to international market.
Yeah.
And our top management also give us very clear and specific order to be the top, to be the leader in the car design area. So which leave us no choice but to be the best. To be the best, we have to hire the best man in the industry, and we have to find the best location to be able to recruit the best teams. So that's why, based on the success of LA Studio, we continue to try to create another great success in Milan. Together with Stefan, we try to build up this fantastic team, and also trying to further to enhance the creativity power of GAC Design, and also together with our advanced studio in Shanghai, and also the headquarters team in Guangzhou. 4 places, 3 countries, and a multicultural background designers.
Yes.
This is a very diversified and also very creative team together. I feel very privileged to able to having a team like this, and also I think and I believe in the future with the help with all of the team members, we can be. I think we can be the number one in China very soon. Actually, maybe we already are, and then also be in the first league in international car design world.
Yeah.
I actually have to say, I think Stefan and I
Yeah.
feel more privileged than you because we spoke about it.
How come?
You put this trust in
Yeah.
us. We don't work in your environment. You trust their work, and we are over the moon happy to have this freedom, but also the trust and relationship with Fan and the rest of our colleagues. So I think we are more privileged.
I'm 100% on the same page. I do feel the same.
Talking about going global, from the top management to maybe a normal employee of GAC, we all know that GAC's one key direction is going global. But how to achieve this goal? I think there are many ways out, and also there are many solutions and many challenges. GAC R&D, I think, has set up a very good example, very good beginning, and very good example for the company to be internationalized, to go to the global market. Do you have any suggestions in some short words to advise GAC to do this better in terms of internationalization?
I mean, on my side, first of all, I think being here and being able to also understand customers, because if you go global, you need to understand the customers, the lifestyles, and so on. So that's the first thing is to provide what we feel here, to help maybe some of people in your team to understand better certain things. So that's part of our job. And then I think as Fan mentioned, design is the key. How to be distinctive, meaningful, timeless. It's a very challenging era, but because the Chinese culture is very new regarding car design, I really think it's we have the right people, the right team to achieve it.
And what about you, Pontus?
I think that in many aspects, I think that the headquarters and our colleagues share what I'm going to say, and they stay open and curious, because we have moved to different companies or different cultures and different design trends and eras during quite a long time. And why the designers that have stayed open-minded and curious, they are successful because they can adapt. And I think that stay curious, open-minded, and try other ways how to approach something. Just try it. Then we can decide if it works or it's a good idea. We are not messiahs here that comes with a recipe. This is how we're going to do it. We can share what we think work, and then we can see if we can work it out together. That would be my worst.
And what about Zhang Fan? Would you like to sum up in short sentences?
Maybe I can talk a little about this topic from a different perspective, because I initiate to build those two studios, and also was behind but pushing all the projects, and to get those two gentlemen joined on board and recruit the team to tackle all the projects and challenges. So for me, I rather take it as the whole business point of view, that when you ask, when it comes for international business marching into the overseas market, the experience I learned from what we have done with advanced studios into foreign countries, I think first of all, before we do anything, we need to have a clear strategy and target. So you need to know what you want to do with this international market, and also trying to find ways to do that. So think before you move. And secondly, I think what I have learned from this previous projects, very importantly, we need to know how to utilize the local talents.
Yeah, find the right person.
Find the right person. Stefan is a European designer. Pontus, even though he's not a American local, but he's being experienced enough and he's being Western enough to be able to survive in the Americans' environment. He knows, understands the needs, and also he's well connected with the American designers community. Therefore, with this understanding, with the connection, they could utilize the local resources to its maximum performance. And this normally, for Chinese company, it's the weakest link sometimes. And we only need to know where are we weak, then we need to find ways to patch that and try to turn the weakness into our strongest. And I think, just by my experience, being able to working with those two gentlemen, I think this is a good way. And of course, it also requires good communication skills, understanding, sympathy to the counterpart, understanding their needs and their expectation, and try to work out all the difficulty in a more collective way. So yeah, I hope this kind of experience could help GSA Group as a whole, especially not only for design but also for other business sectors. When they want to go international, they also could take us as a reference, maybe could be valuable for their further actions.
Thank you.
On my side, I have to. I don't know why, but I don't feel isolated. Of course, I haven't been there yet. But even if I haven't been there yet, already I feel part of it. I think the meeting we have, the chat we have every week, and the people that are working with us are great. And the way we communicate, even with WeChat, and it becomes very friendly also. So even before to meet them in person, I had already the feeling I know them very well. So all these little things, even the way they report things, filming, the design reviews, translating, they're really taking care of us. They really share things with us. So I don't feel at all that I'm like not part of it. I'm the guy somewhere that he has to do some drawings and do stuff with his team. I really feel part of it. So I'm really glad to have that feeling.
Any suggestion to make it better?
Frankly speaking, it's great like that. So
Good.
it would be better when I will
So
actually
you
go
are
there
happy
and
about
I will complete, the perception I have from the company. So, but so far I don't have suggestion, I would say.
Thank you. And what about you, Pontus?
I have a little bit more track record. So, so the thing is, I came from a startup. We'd had a Chinese founder, even if it was an American company, and there was. The thing is that for a Chinese company coming, there's always will be a culture shock or a distrust, and we have to work on those things. But when I was over the first time in Guangzhou and I met all the people, what really struck me and what was reinforcing also that I was calm in my choice was that the people were so nice and human-centric, and there was a good vibe in the studio. And I was enormously pleased with that. And then I think Fan is a true gentleman. I think one person said about Fan many years ago that he lead the team with a big feather. And I think that is very suiting to you. But what I noticed during this short time that I've been here is that Stefan speaks super highly about the team. And we saw in the preparation of the studio how much energy and drive and passion there is in your studio.
Impressive.
And we feel that people are nice. We are dealing with professionals that are nice and caring. And that is the foundation to have a good communication, because we all strive for the same goal. We may have different ways how to do it, but people are nice, and that helps us. So we don't want to have nasty people coming. We're fine with them. They're nice, but they have to be driven and passionate and work hard for it, because we intend to be best. I didn't start this to be number 3 in China.
Thank you. It seems that you are all, happy with each other seems you all find the Mr. Right at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.